Back then, life felt like a blur of possibilities, a whirlwind where I chased freedom without understanding its worth. I was in my early 20s, full of youthful arrogance and naivety, wrapped in a world where the only thing that mattered was what pleased me in the moment. That's when I met her, Rachel, a woman 5 years older than me, wise and steady, with a quiet strength that I didn't know I needed. Rachel had a way of looking at the world that fascinated me. Her presence was grounding, her words deliberate yet profound. She'd tell stories about her life, her struggles, and the things that kept her going, and I'd listen half-heartedly, thinking myself too young to grasp the depth she offered. She wasn't flashy or loud. Rachel carried herself with quiet confidence, a maturity I couldn't appreciate at the time. Her kindness was boundless, and more often than not, she put my needs above her own. Yet, in my mind, I treated her attention like a given. It was intoxicating to be adored, but I didn't understand the weight of being responsible for someone's heart. We met through mutual friends, a dinner party where she laughed at all my jokes and made me feel like the most fascinating man in the room. Unlike the girls I usually chased, she didn't play coy or hard to get. She was bold, direct, and unapologetically herself, and there was something alluring about that. Before I knew it, we were inseparable. She introduced me to her small apartment with mismatched furniture and stacks of books on every surface. Her world was different, quaint, thoughtful, and filled with the kind of stability I never knew growing up. Rachel worked as a graphic designer in a small company, her days often consumed by long hours of meticulous work. Yet she always made time for me, cooking meals when I came over, listening to my complaints about work, and supporting me whenever I doubted myself. She saw potential in me that I couldn't yet recognize, and that kind of unconditional belief felt overwhelming. Instead of cherishing it, though, I began to resent it. I wondered why she poured herself into me so completely when I couldn't seem to match her efforts. I started taking her for granted. Small annoyances began to eat away at my feelings for her. A text she sent that I didn't bother replying to, plans she made that I canceled at the last minute. I didn't truly see her as she was. I only saw fragments of her that served me. I assumed her patience was infinite and her love unshakable. Rachel often talked about planning for the future. She wanted us to move in together, to build something stable and lasting. But her dreams frightened me. I wasn't ready for the life she envisioned. An apartment full of plants, dinners with her family, weekend trips to art galleries. I wanted freedom, I wanted excitement, and I felt trapped by her devotion. In hindsight, I realized she was the anchor to my restless spirit, the stability I didn't yet understand I needed. But at the time, her love felt suffocating. I began pulling away, spending less time with her, crafting excuses that made her second-guess herself. I didn't know how much this hurt her until it was too late. One day, frustrated by her gentle pleas to talk about the distance growing between us, I blurted the words without thinking. "I don't think this is working anymore." She didn't fight back. Her eyes filled with tears, but she simply nodded. "I thought you'd see me, really see me, but maybe you're not ready to," she said. Those words cut deeper than I realized at the time, but I brushed them off like nothing. She packed the pieces of her heart and left with quiet dignity, while I walked away convinced I had done the right thing. For days after, I felt hollow, but I didn't admit it to myself. I convinced myself she wasn't the right one, that her seriousness was too heavy for me. I spent the weeks that followed trying to fill the empty space she left with parties, flings, distractions. I thought I wanted freedom, but in her absence, I began to feel adrift. It took years, and the pain of what was to come later, for me to realize the truth. Rachel wasn't the wrong one. I had been the one too immature to understand her value. Her love, her care, her belief in me. It was true love, the kind that lifts someone up and builds a foundation for something lasting. And I threw it all away because I was afraid. Rachel had been the lesson I ignored, the chance I squandered, and this mistake set the stage for the heartbreak that would later redefine my life.